And hello and welcome everybody to the final race of the official Project Cars RSR International Cup. My name is Manu, and here are my co-commentators Falcon and Hobbs.
Hey!
What's going on, everybody? Good to be here.
So how are you doing, guys? I'm very excited for this last race. The championship is still completely open. 2 drivers fighting for the title. Who's your favorite?
I like Puff, simply because I haven't seen much of Suomi yet. I know he's quick, I know he's ridiculously quick, but I like Puff.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. From what I've watched, Suomi and Puff are very neck and neck. I'm going to have to give it to Puff, though, just because he is my rival after all. And hopefully a good friend can take the first win or for the championship.
Well, I guess I have to take Suomi then. Otherwise, we're all for Puff Pirate. Let's have a quick look to the driver championship. Let's hope this is working here. Here we go. The driver championship for Split 1. At the moment, Suomi's leading with 121 points, followed by Puff Pirate with 116 points. So there's only a 5 gap difference between those two guys. So it's really up to the last race. On third, we're seeing Blue Monkey with a strong 82 points. Behind him is Miyagi, who is unfortunately not racing anymore due to work commitments. And on P5, we have Potato John with 66 points. How's about the team championship, Hobbs?
The team championship is even closer, so Britain and Germany are first and second respectively. Britain has got 137 points and Germany has got 135. So however they place, it is going to come down to the wire on that one. Third is Blue Monkey's representation there showing through is Switzerland with 96. And fourth place, that is Alex Salmon, the only competitor for Jersey. He decided that he had to have his own country, is in there with 50 points. And then fifth place is the Netherlands with 42. Sixth is Australia, that'll be with Surly Sausage, that is 22 points for him. And then South Africa, Lithuania and Bosnia and Herzegovina round out the table.
Yeah, so we have a lot of fights going on. Definitely South Africa has still chances to overtake Australia. And same with the Netherlands, who are fighting with Jersey about P4. And Britain and Germany fighting for P1. So the only country which is really settled is Switzerland on P3. Will be interesting. Now something new. I think we never spoken about our split 2. We have actually 2 splits. So yeah, let's have a quick look on the standings of split 2 because it's also very close there. We have on top Battenberg with 115 points, and very close behind him is Steve G with 110 points. So it's definitely also a championship fight going on there with also only 5 points between each other. Will be very interesting to see who's gonna take the win tonight. So Falcon, what's about the team championship in Split 2?
Yeah, let me pull that up here real quick.
He's not prepared, Hobbs.
No, terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
It's his first
Shoddy.
time. He is not prepared, man.
So, team championships, here we go. We have Britain in first place with 147 points. Next to Germany, which is in second place with 90 points. Then we have third place, we have Greece with 88 points. Switzerland is in fourth place. Turkey in fifth place. And the last 3 is France, South Africa, and Hungary.
So to clarify
it looks like Britain is leading very, very well in the team championship for Split 2.
I think they won it already.
Yeah, they have. So to clarify how that works, the team championship is made up of the best results of a driver per race. So let's say in race 1, Battenberg gets 30 points. If he is the highest Brit there, then that 30 points will go on to contribute. But in the second race, let's say Battenberg has a bad race and he doesn't score the highest, then it is the person that scores the highest in that team whose points contribute. So it is always the best of every team that competes in that team championship.
exactly. Very good explained. A little bit unique, but yeah, it worked out very good so far. And also Britain very strong in the second split. But there's now a nice fight between Germany and Greece for the second place of the team championship. So,
I honestly didn't know that Just G was Greek. I thought he was British.
No, he is. I think he's living in Britain, but he's from Greece, but living in Britain. I don't know. I don't know. We can talk to him after the race, maybe. Although we streamed another race. So let's hop directly into the qualifying. I hope they already started, otherwise it looks a little bit bad. I'm not really prepared.
Have you verified that we're streaming? Because it's not on the website at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are online.
Cool.
And I think we are still in the warm-up session. I just get a message from Remibu that there are some issues with Mo. And now we skip to qualifying.
I see. So, the guys will have 15 minutes to get their laps in and do as well as they can. In case you hadn't realised already, it is pitch black. It's the middle of the night, so that is going to play quite a big factor. So, in past races, we have mentioned tyre temperatures and tyre wear and that kind of thing. That won't be as much of a factor in this race. The track temperature is going to be colder, and so there will be less tyre heat. So, you will see these guys going at it 100% throughout the race, in theory. In terms of lap time, we're expecting a low 110, a very low 110, probably flat, which means we're probably going to see a 109 in the quali. I'd be surprised if we didn't, but we will see how that goes.
I saw already Cluck doing a high 109 in the practice session, so...
Okay, there you go then.
But I haven't seen much from Somi and Puff Pirate in the practice session. They joined very late. So it will be interesting to see what they will be delivered tonight.
In the practice session as well, the top 11 drivers were within 0.9 of a second of each other, so it's going to be very close.
It's so dark.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just following with Zomi for one lap. We're just entering the uphill section. It's full throttle, right, left, and then to the long straight. It's still a complete full throttle section, maybe a little lift in the uphill section. And now very hard to see the bus stop, very hard to see the braking points for the bus stop and a right-left combination. Now we're going to a very nice right turn. And now usually the GP layout would go straight, but because of this short layout we're going directly to the right. Back to the back straight, I would say. Oh, yep. I would say that's the back straight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Up to the second last corner, a left-hander, third gear. And then, yeah, really nice accelerating out. Last corner, again, third gear. Now to the final turn, start-finish line. Let's see what Zoom is putting in this first lap.
That looked like a pretty solid baseline, and sure enough is a 110.6. Not bad at all, but we will expect to be seeing faster than that throughout the session.
Blue Monkey now, second position with a 111.4.
So guys, just getting some baselines down at the moment. Looks like the tyres might be taking a little sec to warm up, maybe. The pace isn't quite as quick as what we're used to seeing. So I dare say we'll be seeing a lot of people in the 10 soon enough.
Yeah, I can imagine the drivers just trying to get slow into the rhythm. I mean, it's pitch dark. You can't see anything. You just need to get again into the groove of finding your braking points in the complete dark. It's more like a feeling. Yeah, you need the feeling to brake there. You have no visual... you have nothing visual you can just take as a brake reference.
Definitely, yep. Current first place is Cluck with a 110.5.
There we go.
Yep.
Yep. Duomi with a 19.8. So it looks like the times will start to drop here the next couple laps.
Yep. already we have 7 people in the 110s. Well, 6 people in the 110s, 1 in the 109s, Suomi, as Falcon just said. Looks
And
like
right-
Suomi's... Say again?
No, I'm just saying. I was just gonna say I'm currently following Puff Parat, see if he can improve on his time. He's definitely pushing the car to the max.
Ooh,
And
that
it
was-
looks
that
like
was
he
close to
just
that
hit
wall.
that wall. And
Yeah.
that definitely is
See
gonna
the
hurt
time
his
though, it's a
time.
110.3. So it is a 0.3 of a second improvement for Puff Pirate. That puts him into 3rd place.
And he's definitely gonna reset the car and give it another go.
Yep.
Very strong P2 from Potato John, a 1010 flat. Puts him
Dark
only
horse there.
2/10 behind Zomi.
Patatar John.
Potato John.
Patatar.
Potato. No, let's
Patatar, John.
No, John. Okay, it's P John. P John.
P John. Yeah.
Lithuania. I got that.
Yeah. Another dark horse here we keep talking about in Mikey CT, sitting in 4th place of the 110.5. Looking good for him. From the lap counts here, it does look very much like the preferred strategy is to go out, set 1 or 2 laps and then reset the car. Because I don't think anyone has stayed out for the duration so far.
I'm not sure. Maybe they not get even enough temperature into the tires. Maybe they need like 3 or 4 laps to get them some good temperatures, and it's just taking too long. No idea. But very interesting that they're just resetting after one lap. It's really dark. I can't say it often. it's really dark. Just watching it flying Cayman, he had a really strong result last event with a 7th place, if I remember correctly.
Sounds about right, yeah.
And yeah, again he's on P8 with a 1:10.8, which is roughly 1 second behind Zomi.
And there's Cayman resetting to the pits.
It's just amazing too how just a couple 2 or 3 tenths can mean being in the top 5 or in the lower top 10 starting positions.
Yep.
So these guys really need to ring out as much of the car as they can to try and get one of those top 5 spots.
Yep, the times are very close at the moment. Looking around 6th, 7th and 8th position, they are all within 300ths of each other. And there's a couple of guys in the 110.5s. And down below as well. There's no one below a 112 at the moment.
I'm now spectating Puff Pirate a little bit. He's now definitely under pressure. He's only sitting on P3 with a 10.3, which is not a bad time, but unfortunately not good enough to be at least in P2. Oh, and he scrapped the wall.
Yep, little scrape on the wall there. That is 0.45 of a second off of Suomi's lead lap, and that is a fair amount. That is not a small amount at all.
He didn't abort a lap, so he might be even up with his time. Otherwise, I couldn't.
His sector 1 time was a 31.5. From Suomi, we've seen a 30.9. So unless he pulls a miracle out the bag, this lap isn't going to be a good one. And sure enough, his sector 2 is a 22.0. From Suomi, we've seen a 21.9. So
he needs to abort immediately and start another qual run to see if he can improve. Because his time is running out, as we only have 6 minutes and 47 seconds left.
looks like he's going to stay with it though. I'm not entirely sure that's the best idea. I'm inclined to agree with Falcon there.
Yeah, maybe he's doing some practice. Haven't seen much from him last week, and also like only 5 laps in the practice session, so he might need some extra practice in the quali. Not sure about that.
But the issue with that is you don't want the guy that's leading the championship to run away with it.
No.
You want to qualify ahead of him so you can be much more of a menace and disrupt his rhythm with you being the leader and him following you. And that's something that Puff needs to try and get down before the race starts.
Yep. There was a driving mistake, and he finally retired to the pits.
Yeah, shuts it down. I see a reset. Yep, he's going for another run. He's going to be cutting that a bit close.
The Colonel McCoy on P4. I think he wants to keep his promise of delivering a top 5 result in the last interview.
Ah, yep.
I think he practiced a lot. A very strong P4 for Colonel McCoy. And also Mikey TT again in P5.
Yeah, Mikey TT has taken to this car like a duck to water. He's doing really well in it. So in terms of standings right now, we did go over them previously, but Suomi is currently 5 points ahead of Puff Pirates. So there is 1 lap for pole position, 1 point for pole position in the race. Suomi is currently going to get that, and there is 1 lap for the fastest lap within the race. We all see who gets that, and then there's 30 points for first place and 26 for second.
Exactly.
So there's going to be a little bit of dancing around and a bit of maths to find out who wins what. And if Puff Pirate does beat Suomi, because we're going to have to work out who gets it at the end of the day. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I mean, if Suomi is taking pole position, it gives him a 6-point lead towards Puff. So let's imagine Puff Pirate is taking the fastest lap. It's going back to 5 points. The problem is, if he's finishing first and Suomi second, it will still be Suomi's championship.
Yep.
So, if he's not taking the pole position right now, and also the fastest lap, he definitely needs help from another driver. Otherwise, he can't win the championship anymore.
Speaking of other drivers, the field is not making it easy for him. Cluck has just taken 3rd place with a 110.9, which puts Puff Pirate into 4th. Now, that's not that bad. He's still going to be on the 2nd row of the grid, but it doesn't put him in the best position if someone else gets in front of him as well.
Yep, completely agree. And with that, I will see you guys in a little bit, as I'm going to be the pace car for this race. So I have to go down to the next room.
Yep.
Which is odds on the left, evens right.
Yep.
Oh. Yep, I'll just say odds left, evens right. How simple is that?
All right.
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right, see you in a bit.
Sounds like Falcon wasn't entirely prepared tonight.
No, I told him like 10 minutes ago that he is the safety car for tonight.
Poor fella.
Yeah, I mean, he said he wants to be involved, and unfortunately, Tony couldn't make it tonight because he is helping a friend moving house. So yeah, I thought, nah, not Hobbs again. I need him here. He needs to commentate the parade lap. So
well, sorry to interrupt you, mate, but Puff Pirate's just been put into 5th by Project PD. So Puff Pirate is now on the 3rd row of the grid for the race tonight. That is bad news for Puff. That is very bad news for him. So Project PD skipping into 3rd place. I'll get to that another position change in a sec. Project PD 3rd place with another 110.1 as Colonel McCoy takes 5th and puts Puff Pirate into 6th place. And Colonel McCoy, oh! Puff Pirate now 2nd place. Front row of the grid.
He
saved it. But he is now 0.02 of a second behind Suomi. Suomi has a 109.895, and I do have to go that far into it because Puff Pirate has a 109.896. Now that is actually 0.0015 of a second. The game can't do 4 decimal points, and that's why it's saying 0.002, whereas it's actually 0.001. It's 0.0015 of a second that Puff Pirate is behind.
That is very unique.
Yes.
That is very unique. Wow. So
Puff Pirate will be very, very happy with that indeed, but at the same time, that's a very small amount to be second by.
it would be just the nightmare of each driver. You're driving for the championship and suddenly you're in row 3. And, and your rival is just sitting on P1.
Yes, I reckon Puff Pirate was sweating just a little bit when he saw his position dropping down to 6th.
Yeah, so well done. Really, really good saved. So
yep.
I think Zomi is not driving out anymore. Same for Puff Pirate. Potato John is in as well. Project PD is still driving.
Yeah, 40 seconds remaining. You know, you want to just keep your familiarization with the car. I'll always drive out and get those few laps in, even if it's only a few seconds left. So you just keep your familiarization up, really. In terms of the times, our current precision level is 13 positions. So positions 1 to 13 are all within a second of each other.
Wow.
So looking pretty good there.
Clark is still driving. He's not crossing the start finish line. Oh!
Oh! Cluck, first place, 109.863. That is 0.032 of a second ahead of Slomi. And puts Puff Pirate yet again onto the second row of the grid.
Just wow. That was a last second qualifying lap from Clark. That was really awesome.
Yeah, that was with, what, 4 seconds to spare, something like that?
That is really
very good timing.
Really making up the bad luck he had during the last couple events.
Well, don't say that. We haven't seen him finish yet.
Alright. Hey, you're also in an SLS, Hobbs.
Yeah, you know, I represent the management team.
I was in the back mono.
Okay, so Falcon is just heading up through the field now. He'll be driving the pace car for this session. And we'll take you through the standing as we see them. So, first place is Cluck. Second is Swomi. Third is not Potato John. That standing is currently incorrect. Puff Pirate will be making his way ahead of him in just a second. Yep, there he goes. And then fourth place now is Potato John. 6th is Project PD. 7th, I'm doing my numbers wrong. 4th, Potato John. 5th, Project PD. 6th, Colonel McCoy. And 7th, Alex Salmon. 8th, Mikey TT. 9th is Mo. That's Mohamed Al Ghurari. 10th is Blue Monkey. We're expecting to see him making a lot of moves through the field, as he usually does. 11th is Stolnikas, with 12th is Ramibu. 13th, Flying Cayman, not as good a result as he expected from qualifying. And then 14th is Ashnoom, 15th, Jono.
And you're P16 and I'm P17.
Yep. That was surprisingly difficult to read out all those numbers because I kept forgetting about the safety car in front.
Yeah, according to the standing, Falcon is the winner of the start with making 12 positions.
Yeah.
It looks just nice during the midnight, seeing all those lights in the single file. Really excited for this race.
It's gonna be a good one, yeah. There's a very, very small pace difference. Everyone is very, very similar in terms of pace.
Exactly. And Clark could be the driver who is actually, who can actually help Puff Pirate of banning Zomi to P3.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, if Puff Pirate can get ahead of Cluck, and Cluck can keep Zomi behind, that would theoretically, if everything goes to plan, that would put Puff Pirate in a position to win the championship. So we're seeing the guys form up now, looks like. Yep, they're in 2x2. Now that does look very snazzy.
I hope that Falcon is now going to the pits, or is he racing with them?
Knowing Falcon, he'd probably give it a go. But no, Falcon is going to head into the pit lane, and Cluck will have control of the field.
Right, and once Cluck is crossing the start finish line, the last race is going to kick off. And there we go.
Now. Alrighty, so Cluck with a good start here. Looks like Suomi hasn't quite got the start that he planned for. Looks like Cluck's actually got a really good gap. And there it is, carnage in first corner. Looks like everyone is everywhere. A few guys wide there, no contact by the looks of it. But the main benefactor of that has been Potato John. He's now third, now second. He is side by side with Puff Pirate. Suomi down in fourth at the moment. He cannot get through that clump. He's trying to make his way up though. He's currently in third place ahead of Puff Pirate. Puff Pirate is on the left-hand side, looks like. No, he's on the right-hand side, so that puts him into the inside line for the chicane. He's going to try braking as late as possible. I can't see a thing in the darkness, but it looks like Suomi is actually ahead of Puff Pirate now. He's in third place. Potato John's still in second. Cluck's actually living the high life up in first there. He's got a nice, you know, a fair old gap. He'll be okay for a little while.
That was I just want to say, an amazing last lap dash qualifying by Cluck.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Totally
5 or 4 seconds to spare, I believe.
Yeah, amazing. Great job by him to tip off on that first place qual.
Yep.
And he is actually taking advantage of the little carnage in the start and pulling off the gap to Potato John actually. And Potato John is ahead of Suomi and Puff Pirate, and now Project PD made a move on Puff Pirate.
Yeah.
You know, side by side into the hill section.
Looks like he got it back. He really needs to start pushing as hard as he can to Suomi. He can't let him out of his sight.
Yeah, once Puff Pirate is in a fight, Suomi has enough time to pull away. That's the last thing Puff Pirate needs right now.
Looks like Puff Pirate might have a slight pace advantage in this early stage though. It does look like he's keeping Suomi right there.
Yeah, it looks he's pulling a little bit away from Project PD and closed the gap to Suomi very fast.
And it looks like Cluck has pulled out about a 1.2 second lead ahead of P. John. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see if Cluck can hold on to this kind of a pace for the entirety of the race.
I really wonder if Suomi is already playing the strategic guy and just thinks, okay, Puff Pirate, if he stays behind me, I got it.
I don't think Puff Pirate is planning on staying behind him.
No. It just,
As Suomi gets contact with the wall.
Yep, on the wall. That's going to definitely take a little bit of damage.
And Puff Pirate's going for the move.
Yep, and with that will come a top speed disadvantage, as well as the momentum.
Look at
Puff
that.
Pirate doesn't quite get the braking right for the chicane though. He has backed off just a little bit to let Suomi back into the position he was previously in, just so that he doesn't gain an advantage from that. That's good on him.
But still right on his tail, and he's going for another move now in the second last corner.
And right on the tail of them, both of them, is Project PD on the left and Alex Salmon on the right. But Project PD and Alex Salmon actually have contact going into that corner behind Puff Pirate and Suomi. So they've actually put themselves a little bit behind and given them a bit of a gap.
Oh, and there was a massive crash behind. I think that was Potato
And
John.
all this close racing between Suomi and Puff Pirate is actually letting Cluck and P. John escape. It's kind of something that they don't want to do. You really want to try and not fight as much as you can. That way you can stay with the leaders. So it looks like they're just focusing on their own battle for the championship, so to speak.
I'm wondering what's happened further back there. Manu, you mentioned a big crash.
That
I
was
see
Blue
Monkey's now.
I
Yeah,
think
he's
that
now in
was Blue
14th.
Monkey. I think he lost it in the last corner. I'm not sure if there was contact involved or not, but he definitely...
He's actually just hit the wall again on the S's, so it looks like he's having a bit of trouble with his car there. Looking further up the field, there's a big clump from 7th to 3rd. Conor McCoy is on the back of Salmon, who is on the back of Project PD, who is on the back of Puff Pirate, who is on the back of Suomi.
Yeah, the whole fighting between Puff Pirate and Suomi just gave Potato John and Cluck the opportunity to just increase the gap. So it will be very difficult for Puff Pirate actually to get the second position he needs right now.
But there is a mandatory pit stop, and that could change things.
Exactly. But for now, Suomi is the champion of Season 1, but we have still 33 laps to go. So there's lots of time for Puff Pirate to to make his move. And Somi is scraping the wall again.
It's one of those times where it might feel good to be going as fast as possible, but it can hurt you. And Puffire is heavily on the attack here, so Suomi is being forced to go on the defensive. And yet again, as Falcon said, it's slowing them both down.
Oh, hey Zinka. No, I'm not out. I'm actually commentating the series with Hobbs and Falcon. So I'm not racing at all. Or I've never raced in this series, unfortunately. So all eyes are at the moment in the fight between Somi and Puff Pirate. And Puff Pirate wants to overtake. He really wants to get this position and attack Potato John after that.
Yeah, Suomi, well, Puff Pirate is going to have to overtake Suomi, and like you say, he's going to have to put a distance between them. He's going to have to put a car between the two of them, because if he just beats them one position, it probably isn't going to be enough. In fact, it definitely isn't going to be enough. He needs to put a car between them.
And now the second problem which occurs once you're fighting, you're not losing, you're also losing the front, but also the rear of the field is just getting closer and closer. So Project PD...
Oh, there goes Suomi.
Suomi's gone? Oh yes, he is. He's off at the chicane.
Yep.
Far right.
He misbraked coming into the chicane. And
Well,
that's definitely going to affect him with this championship.
Indeed. He is now 3 positions behind Puff, so if everything were to stay like this, then that would put Puff Pirate in the lead. Well, as the winner of this championship. But I very much doubt Suomi is going to let that stand.
And it looks like it just, the pressure finally got to him, and you could tell just from the beginning of the race how Puff was just on his rear a lot of the time, and he was starting to make these little mistakes.
Colonel McCoy is going turn 1 for the inside against Mike DT.
Yep.
Little wiggle.
Oh, just a little wiggle.
Yeah.
Oh.
That compromised him from the exit of the corner. So he stays behind Mike DT, but still there is the long straight coming.
Yep.
Another good opportunity to... Someone scraped again the wall.
That was Suomi again. He is having trouble with that corner.
But it's not enough for Colonel McCoy. He's staying behind Mikey TT for the bus stop. And yeah, I would say next lap, new try.
Yeah, looks like Colonel McCoy hasn't quite got the pace to make it through, hasn't quite got the grip to make it through in the long radius stuff, so he will have to wait for another braking opportunity.
I'm just watching at the back. Blue Monkey is now fighting back. He overtook Ashnum, is now again on P13. So he's making his way back. Yeah, but he is damaged. His right light is also not working anymore, so he's only one light.
Up here at the front, you guys need to keep an eye on Project PD. He just set a best lap of 109.9. And his previous lap was also a 109.9. So he's definitely making a charge up front.
And that was a 109.968. I believe Suomi's time was a 109.967, I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
Cluck's time was a 109.8. So he's just 1/10 slower with race fuel.
And, oh, and there goes
John.
John is also out. He misbraked in the kink as well. It looks like that kink is definitely catching a lot of those guys out.
Yeah, those brake markers. Are the brake markers even there at night time? Can you see them?
Yeah, you can see them, but it's very, very hard to tell. And I think it's just more of a them trying to push the car further into the braking. When it's really the other way around, you actually want to brake a little bit less and just try and post the car as best as you can while scrubbing the speed.
Yep. So that's put Puff Pirate now in 2nd place, Project PD 3rd, Suomi now in 4th place. Suomi is actually quite a long way in 4th place. There's a fair old gap between 4th and 3rd.
I'm currently on board with Clark. He's just doing lonely his laps, still on P1. And he's the winner of all this stuff. Oh, and the little wiggle.
He's having a big wiggle, yeah.
But he catched it. That was really good.
He caught it, yeah, but he's going to have to be careful not to do that again and make a mistake. Because that was a bit close for comfort.
That was a little bit close, yeah. But he has the easiest job at the moment. The other people are just compromising themselves by fighting, and he can just let the gap grow and just get a bigger gap. Get in the comfort zone where you can get into your rhythm, just making low 110s.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I do think Cluck is definitely capable of doing that. It just he has to make sure that he doesn't make any kind of mistake. He's just got to be nice and careful and hang on to that first place.
And Suomi is back on P4.
Yep, Swami's up into P4. Project PD in P3. He's actually putting pressure on Puff at the moment. And that would be rather unfortunate for him if Project PD took his position away. And it looks like... Nope. It did look like... He had a bit of a speed advantage, but like you say, wasn't enough. Looks like Project PD might go for a cutback here, though. I'd be surprised if that works from that distance. Nope, hasn't got the advantage on the straight.
So still they're driving for the same team, but they're still fighting for position. So Project PD is not a nice guy and just stays behind Puff Pirate to give his mate the championship. No, he's on full attack mode.
Yeah, we wouldn't want any team orders here.
Yep.
No, it's totally fine.
Yep.
And that's also true. I mean, given with someone that has more experience, like example Puff, or yourself, or myself, or Hobbs, for example, us drivers like ourselves, we kind of take into account how many laps the race is remaining, and two cars are actually gonna be better than one car to be able to catch up to Cluck. So maybe hopefully they can work together. And put enough pressure where they can push each other forward and catch Cluck.
Yeah.
Looks like we have our first pit stops already. It is lap 12 with 27 laps remaining. We've had Stolnikas, Colonel McCoy, Potato John, and we have our first retirement of the evening. That is Ramibu. He was previously up fighting with Cayman, but he is now retired.
That's very unfortunate. But there might be a crash, or... Not quite sure what happened actually, but
no, I know Cayman did overtake Ramibu completely cleanly. He was fine, so something else happened at some other point that has caused Ramibu to retire.
And now the next problem is coming up for Suomi. Alex Selman, really fast pace behind him, and he's catching him. So Suomi is now rather in defensive mode against Alex Salman instead of catching mode for Project PD and Puff Pirate.
Yep, our caster from Jersey, he will definitely be looking to get some points for him.
Mikey
Project
TT.
PD's.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, go.
just want to say Mikey TT in a strong P6, but okay. Go ahead with Project PD.
Well, yeah. He's still putting the pressure on Puff Pirate. He's still staying right up there. He is not letting him go at all. Looking back to Cayman, back in P8, he's putting some pressure on Mo. There's about 2 car lengths between them right now.
Yeah, let's give them some cam time.
Oh, Mo brakes early, and it actually brake checks Cayman slightly. He was not ready for that. So that's put Cayman back a couple of car lengths.
You know what I really like about this car?
Oh, Cayman's
Cayman's going into pits. Those are the brake lights at the rear, like behind the helmet of the driver, the braking light. That looks so awesome when they're braking in the night. Alright, so Cayman in the pits. Stolnikas was already in the pits and is overtaking Cayman.
So this is not halfway through the race. It is it's the 37 plus 1 lap race. The plus 1 was the formation lap, and we're currently in lap 14. So we are far from halfway at the moment. I wonder what's causing them to pit early.
Well, if they expect rain, there won't be any rain.
No, there's no rain expected, and that's made clear to them. So There's nothing to expect in that regard.
Could be maybe the because of the cold weather, you're pushing the tires that much more. Maybe they don't have that as much grip as they would like. Especially coming into that kink on that first straight. If you're pushing the tires too much, that could eventually degrade the tires.
Yes.
To the point where you're not getting enough grip.
Could also be tyre pressure related as well. If they've lowered the tyre pressures too much to compensate for the colder weather, then that could cause them some issues.
Now
Likewise, if they didn't do it at all, then that would cause some issues as well.
Yes.
And Project PD is now directly behind Puff Pirate. I wonder if he's doing the move on the inside. Yes.
He's close enough to go slipstream, yep. But Puff Pirate brakes slightly later. Puff Pirate actually... He has some issues with the chicane. Did you see contact? I didn't see.
There was a little bit of contact.
I didn't see any contact. He's obviously, he's going to give the position back.
He's not actually given the position back. He's given the position to Puff Pirate because of his cut through the chicane.
Alright,
so some good sportsmanship there.
We have now Suomi again directly behind Puff Pirate, and that is meaning that Suomi got it at the moment.
Oh, and it looks like PD has a little bit of issues with his rear end coming loose.
Yep, Puff Pirate actually drifted in front of Project PD, but Project PD has got the run up the straight. He is probably going to get the run into turn 1, but Puff Pirate has been braking later.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh, hard braking into turn 1 there. Yep. And Project PD gets second, but Suomi gets P3 with Puff Pirate on his left. Puff Pirate has taken the position there. Suomi slots in behind up the S's.
And directly behind is Salmon as well.
Yeah, and Salmon is definitely going to join this fight as well.
Salmon is not one to pass up an opportunity. He takes 4th place ahead of Suomi.
That's a hell of a fight for P2 here.
And meanwhile, Cluck's just chilling out. He's not having any troubles at all.
I guess he deserves it. After that many bad luck he had in the last couple
After
races.
all the bad luck, Cluck. Yeah.
Bad Cluck. No, bad luck, Cluck.
Bad luck, Cluck.
So now it's definitely going to be interesting to see if PD can start to pull away and start putting in some good laps to make that gap grow.
Puff Pirate in the pits. Puff Pirate in the pits. Lap 16 with 22 laps remaining.
That might be a good strategy. He's just avoiding the fighting, going into pits, making the undercut, getting fresh tires, and pushing as hard as possible to make the undercut happen. I wonder
he is going to hope.
Yeah.
He's going to hope to be coming out in a zero traffic area.
Exactly.
So we'll see how that works out.
I wonder how Suomi is actually reacting on this. Is he going directly into the pits after this lap, or is he staying out?
I think he'll go into the pits, honestly.
He needs to go to the pits, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I would go to the pits, definitely.
Okay, Puff Pirate coming into pit exit now. He's actually looking pretty good in terms of traffic. The only guy behind him is Blue Monkey. He's, quite a long way away. And in front is Stolnikas, and he's up all the way on the chicane. So I think that's a very good strategic call from Puff Pirate there. He has got some free track, zero traffic, and he can just put some laps in and close that gap for future.
What is Suomi going? Suomi stays out. Project PT goes in the pits, same as Alex Salmon.
Aha. So
that's
actually
also in the pits as well.
So that's not bad from Suomi either, because he is now in traffic free as well. Even if it's just because he didn't pit instead of he did. Suomi smashed into that wall again. He doesn't like his car. I don't know what he's got against it.
And Puff Pirate overtook. That was a really good decision from Puff Pirate.
Yep, Puff Pirate has overtaken, everyone in the pits.
With a big margin. Well, no. Not a big margin. Project PD directly behind him.
Project PD has just slotted in right behind him. So just like you said would happen with Suomi, it's actually happened with Project PD. Project PD, he pitted straight afterwards, and now he's slotted in right back behind him again. And same for Salmon actually, he's only a couple car lengths behind.
and that was a really nice catch from Puff Pirate. He was like really 45-degree angle.
Oh yeah, Puff is pushing hard.
He needs to push. If he's not getting back to the fight with Project PD, then his whole strategy of the undercut is just, yeah, blown in the wind.
Yep.
And Suomi stays out. Suomi tries now to push as well. His last lap was a 10.8. Let's look what Puff Pirate's last time was. A 1:38 because of the pit stop.
Because of the pit stop, yeah.
No, a
1:10.1. Okay.
7/10. He pulled 7/10 out of Suomi.
Not bad at all.
Did
So I think
Stolnikas pit already?
I doubt it.
I thought you did say that Stolnikas.
Oh yeah, he was one of the he was the first pitter, yeah.
But how
So
can
that
he be-
actually played
in
in
fourth.
that- and he's in fourth. The question is now: is Mo? Did he pit as well?
No, Mo wasn't in the pits yet.
I haven't seen Mo in the pits, no. So that's really good for Stolnikas then, up into 4th place.
That was a very good call from him.
That does depend on him making his tyres last throughout the rest of the race though. We do have 19 laps remaining. And we are on lap 19 as well, so we are halfway through this race.
Suomi is going into the pits.
Aha. Okay, so Mo's gotten ahead of him already, but that's largely irrelevant because we don't think he's pitted yet. Duomi is
So
just
Puff
coming up the
is-
main straight right
yeah.
now. Stolnikas has gotten ahead of him. Duomi's still in the pit, so it looks like
leaving
Puff's
right
gotten
now.
ahead of him.
Yeah.
Yep, Puff's gotten ahead of him. By a long old way, actually. So Puff
Looks
Pirate,
like-
Project PD, and Alex Salmon are all ahead of Suomi.
It was definitely the right call from Puff Pirate. It puts Suomi now back to P7, so 2 drivers in between Suomi and Puff Pirate now.
Yep, not bad at all. But in terms of strategic calls, it is not as bad as It is not as good as Stolnikas.
Yeah, he did some Lithuania magic.
Yeah, he's certainly done some sort of magic.
And it looks like Alex Salmon is putting in some very, very good laps, so we'll definitely going to be seeing him fight with PD here.
Yep.
And that's what Puff Pirate needs. He needs
Yes,
to battle
exactly.
between Salmon and Project PD, otherwise he can't pull away. Oh, it's so
Looking a
exciting,
bit
guys.
further down the field, back in 10th and 11th, K-Man is getting hounded by Potato John. He is all over his rear bumper right now. K-Man going slightly defensive. Potato John staying right there.
Oh,
K-Man with a
very
drift. He's
nice.
got a drift on. Lovely jubbly. That's what I like to
Yep.
see.
A good, nice drift.
But now
That was
it
clean
looks
as well.
that-
Looked intentional.
No, Potato John has not the better run.
No,
He actually
that
lost
was
some
a
time.
yeah. He lost a lot of time out of there. He was right on his rear bumper,
Yeah.
and he goes wide through T1. Looks like Potato John has lost his will to fight with Cayman there. As Cayman runs off in the distance.
And we have now actually the first backmarker coming up for the group of Puff Pirate, Project PD, Salmon and Suomi. That's Jono. And Puff Pirate, it does not seem like he can pull away from the group.
No, it does
Salmon goes
depend.
wide.
Yeah, it does depend on the guys behind making moves on each other and making each other go defensive. As we see, Salmon just clipped the wall there. Or was that Suomi? One of the two.
Mo finally went into the pits here.
Yep.
And Project PD again directly behind Puff Pirate. I really think we're going to see another move going to the inside of the bus stop.
And they're definitely going to catch Stolnikas here in about a lap and a half or so.
Yep, Stolnikas' last lap was a 1:11. Stolnikas' last lap was a 1:12.1. Puff Pirate's last lap was a 1:10.5. And Project PD's lap was a 1:09.945. That is the fastest lap of the race we've seen so far.
So at least Suomi is not getting the fastest lap.
Wow,
Another
not so
plus
far.
point for Puff Pirate.
Yep.
So this will be now extremely important for Puff Pirate to get a clean shot on Stolnikas. He needs to get around him as fast as possible and just leave the other guys behind him. And Stolnikas is going into the pits.
Okay. Well, that is definitely a second pit stop for Stolnikas.
Yeah, I wonder if he maybe didn't change tires the first time, or if he just repaired.
Maybe he drove straight through. That'd be a bit strange if he did, but it's possible. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for Stolnikas, because if that one pit stop had done whatever he wanted it to do, it was a pit stop, so it would have counted as his mandatory, then that would have been a brilliant result for him. But he comes out and he's currently in, looks like he's going to stay in 11th place as well. Still, not bad, but it's not the 4th place, it's not the 2nd he had at one point, didn't he? No, 3rd, he had 3rd because Mo was 2nd.
Exactly. So that puts Puff Pirate back to 2nd, Project PD to 3rd, Salmon to 4th, and Zomi to P5. And Cluck is now in the pits. I really hope this time he's getting the right tires.
I hope so too.
But Cluck has a really big margin. He's now leaving the pits already. That's a big gap.
And that was a quick stop. Was he in there for longer?
He was definitely standing there changing tires.
Okay. So out he comes out of the pits. We'll see how he does up the S's, because that's a fairly good indicator. Okay, well, he hasn't slammed into the wall.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. Oh, someone else slammed into the wall there, whoever Cluck was overtaking.
Don't know who that was.
Come on, Cluck, let's do it.
Come on, Cluck, be on the right tyres. That's looking good.
That's looking really good.
That's looking really good indeed. I think he's got the right tyres under him. That is good news for Cluck. He deserves a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking back in the field, Project PD is still putting all the pressure on Puff Pirate that he can. Suomi has actually overtaken Alex Salmon. Now, Suomi wasn't that close to Salmon last time I checked, and now Salmon is quite a way back, so I reckon Salmon's made a mistake. So that puts Salmon back in 5th position. After that is Mikey TT, he's chilling out, having a good time. After that is Colonel McCoy in 7th. After that is Flying Cayman. Looks like Flying Cayman coming under pressure from Mo. Mo trying to get up the inside, doesn't quite have the gap there. He won't be challenging on the straight here, and he won't be challenging through the next left-hander either, but depending on Cayman's performance... Yep, sure enough, Cayman actually breaks a little bit early for that. He's been having some trouble through that corner, but Mo doesn't get quite the exit that he needs out of that, but he does get tighter through here. If he can avoid the wall, he avoids the wall, but he doesn't have the guts up the straight to make a move on Cayman there. That gap is too big. So that is Flying Cayman in 8th and Mo in 9th, as Mo goes wide. 10th place, Potato John, he's chilling behind them, waiting for them to make a mistake. 11th place, Stolnikas, we've talked about him before, made a really good strategy call, but unfortunately had to make a second pit stop for some reason. 12th, Blue Monkey, he's been doing well, but he's been making some mistakes. And just as I went onto him, he was having a little drift through the last corner there. 13th position, Ashnoom, haven't seen too much of him today. And 14th place, rounding up the field, is Jono the One. After that, we have our single retirement, which is Rammy Boo. Rammy right on the back of Project PD now. Project PD 3rd place. Project PD going defensive. Rammy's going to try for the cutback. Okay, decides not to go for the cutback. Probably not surprising given the S's up ahead. Wouldn't want to be side by side for too many of them. Looking good though. Suomi actually has a decent line through the S's this time, which doesn't involve going into the wall. However, his line is too good, and he actually taps Project PD on the rear end just a little bit. And Suomi actually has to brake early as well for that chicane, just to avoid hitting him again.
And Puff Pirate is taking immediately the chance and pulling a little bit away, and leaves Project PD with Suomi.
He is bounding away like a rabbit on crack. He will be trying to put as big a gap between them as he possibly can.
And Salmon lost completely track on the train. I think there was a driving mistake, or maybe a misbraking in the bus stop.
Yeah. Yeah, Salmon's quick, but his consistency doesn't always match his pace.
Yeah, so we lost one rabbit. 3 to go. Suomi on 4th and PD on
Suomi
3rd.
right behind Project PD now. He's gone to the outside line since Project PD went defensive. He's alongside, he's ahead through braking, but Project PD is better on the brakes. Oh, he has a big wiggle. Big wiggle there for Project PD, but he does manage to keep the position.
And now that just undid all the work Suomi did, so now he has to refocus and batter down and try and catch up again.
Yep.
And start fresh.
Actually looks like he was well on the way to doing that already. He had a big pace advantage going down that straight.
So if I'm looking at the last laps, Cluck is missing. Cluck's last lap was a 1010 flat, and Puff Pirates a 1010.4. Project PD a 110.7, and Suomi a 110.6. So Cluck is definitely now in the comfort zone he wanted to be, just putting in lap after lap.
And you just saw that from the beginning and start of the race. That's really what you need to do is, you know, from the word go, you need to put in consistent lap after lap. And, you know, Cluck has been doing 110.0s all race long. So that's what you need to be able to pull out a win.
Yeah. And now, if I'm looking now the last lap actually from the guys from P2 to P4, there's definitely a little pace advantage for Puff Pirate. He can do low 1010s, and PD and Suomi are just sitting there in the middle 1010s. So Puff Pirate is definitely now moving away from those two guys.
Indeed, and on the track it does look like that is being reflected. However, saying that though, Suomi is still up the exhaust pipe of Project PD, still putting the pressure on. So as it stands, if Suomi cannot overtake Project PD, then Puff Pirate theoretically gets the championship. Exactly. But if Suomi can overtake Project PD, then Suomi wins the championship from Puff Pirate.
So it wasn't,
because the gap won't be big enough.
So it wasn't really predicted. Like I predicted Cluck to be the driver who's helping, but now it's suddenly the newcomer Project PD who is now the helping hand for Puff Pirate. He just needs to leave Suomi behind him. That's a difficult task.
Yes.
Suomi is a really fast driver. He showed us in the previous rounds. He's one of the fastest actually in the series. So it's
and
very
he's
difficult.
going to the left-hand side of Project PD now. He has a good run down the straight here. He's looking very good indeed. He's going to try and get the braking into the chicane, but he doesn't get it for whatever reason. Cool. That was a bit of a rodeo through that chicane, and Project PD is actually put out the worst of that. He goes wide through the constant radius right-hand hairpin, and that has put Suomi into 3rd place. Saying that though, Project PD not willing to give that up. He goes left to attack. Doesn't have the pace to get through with it though. Little bit of a wiggle on exit. And that's actually put him back just a little bit. He might have the run onto the straight. A little bit, but it won't be enough.
So it took only one lap after I said Suomi is a tough driver.
Oh, big wiggle from Project PD there. He's having a little bit of trouble going up these S's.
Yeah, he's trying to stay now behind Suomi and just overdriving the car a little bit, so that usually means if you're seeing the little wiggles and stuff like that, that you're pushing more than the car actually can handle.
Yep. So, in terms of the championship, Suomi doesn't actually technically need to overtake Puff Pirate right now, because I believe, Manu, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the point difference between 2nd and 3rd is still 4 points.
Exactly. Puff Pirate would gain 26 points, and Suomi would gain 22 points. Only 4 point difference at the moment. It's 5 point difference in the championship, so Suomi would win it with 1 point difference.
That's if this stays as it is, and as we've seen so far, there is not a lot that's staying as it is. The only thing that is, and it's good for him, The only thing that's
And
staying at the moment is Cluck in
Suomi
first.
doing the fastest lap of the race with a 1:09.918.
Aha!
And that's
So now we're
double
saying-
bad news. That's really double
Now
bad
we're
news
seeing
for
a very,
Puff
very
Pirate.
fast pace from Suomi.
That is the fastest lap we've seen all night with that 109.918.
But still, 8 laps to go. It all depends now on Project PD. Or maybe a nasty move from Puff Pirate and he's just crushing him away or something. Which we don't want to see, of
No.
course.
That won't happen. Puff's not like that. What Puff might do, though, from a strategic reason, and this might be why Suomi's catching him so quickly.
He's slowing down.
Yeah, he's slowing down. If Puff goes heavily defensive, he can put Suomi within Project PD's attack range. And if Project PD starts attacking Suomi, then he can slow down Suomi, potentially without slowing down Puff Pirate.
That really
And if
reminds
then-
me of, sorry to interrupt you, but it really reminds me of Hamilton and Nico Rosberg in the last race last year.
Yes, that's right.
Like Hamilton did exactly the same thing, but in the end it didn't work out.
It's a difficult move to do, but it's possible. But then, even if he does
And-
manage that, they're doing okay at the moment, I think. Yeah, they're fine. Oh, hello! Someone
Project
just came
PD
in. There's
going
Project
on,
PD.
wow.
Hello!
What a move.
I did not see him coming.
Neither did I.
And there was a little wiggle from Project PD by the exit of this corner, which puts him directly again behind Suomi.
What an amazing race
Yep.
for these three.
Indeed. So, I wonder if Suomi saw Project PD at a late stage like we did, because that has certainly alerted him to Project PD's presence. And it does definitely look like that was Puff Pirate's strategy, to push Suomi back into Project PD. Because it certainly worked.
And now Project PD with the fastest lap of the race, 1:09.883.
That's playing Puff Pirate again into the hands. Ah, so close on the wall again. And now Project PD in the slipstream of Suomi. And Suomi in the slipstream of Puff Pirate. And Puff Pirate goes defensive, he has to.
Ooh, little wiggle from Project PD back there. Just a little one.
That's going to cost him time, though.
Yep. Yeah, that's put him back about 2 car lengths. Bit unfortunate for him.
Just taking a quick look what Cluck is actually doing. He's just driving.
Yep, he's just having a good time.
He's enjoying
Yep. He's
himself.
actually a very long way ahead right now. The guys in second and third fighting as they are, scrapping. And Suomi has taken second place from Puff Pirate, as I say that. They've just come through the last corner onto the main straight, whereas Cluck is about to go into the S's. So Cluck has a nice big cushion right now. As Puff Pirate trying to go around the outside of Suomi into turn 1, doesn't work, but he does get the cut back, so Puff Pirate on the
Oh,
right-hand
wow.
side
What a move on,
through
on
the
Cluck. That
S's.
was
It's looking
amazing.
good. Is he going to keep it though? No, he's...
Oh, they
into the
put the
wall!
touch.
Into the wall with
Oh.
both of them! Into the wall with both of them. So that is Puff Pirate in third place, Suomi in fourth. Puff Pirate has slowed down to let Suomi keep up with him, because obviously they were both involved with that. So we're not really in the business of profiting from each other's, well, crashes. So Suomi now back onto the tail of Puff Pirate, but that was a very unfortunate crash, and Project PD is the one to benefit from that.
And now we have Alex Salmon joining in on the fight as well.
Yes, and it is very, very close between these guys. So Suomi on the
Oh.
outside. Suomi turns in without seeing Salmon on his rear quarter, which I can't blame him for, really, because I didn't
was
expect to see
close.
Salmon there either.
So Puff Pirate thought maybe, okay, Project PD, he's not my guy. I'm just switching him with Salmon.
Yeah. Okay, Suomi now in third place ahead of Puff Pirate. He has taken him through turn 1 nice and cleanly. Obviously, Puff Pirate isn't going to allow that for too long, but Salmon is actually making strides now. He's got within 1 car length. Excuse me. And Salmon's actually got the run on Puff Pirate. Salmon going to the right-hand side of Puff Pirate. He's going to be braking hard into the chicane. And it is hard enough because Puff Pirate...
They both lost out.
Yeah. So
And
Salmon
that looks
goes far right and Puff Pirate goes far left.
And
So
there,
neither of
that's
them
the
quite
race
get that
right
right.
there.
Yep. So 4 laps remaining, and Suomi in 3rd place, and Puff Pirate in 5th place. Those are the 2 leaders of the championship right now. So currently, Suomi's got the win in terms of championship points. But we've seen a lot happen in this race, so we'll see if anything else changes.
Yeah, one little spin in the bus stop makes a huge difference. But I really doubt it that Suomi will now do a mistake.
Well, he's been hitting the wall on every lap so far. So we'll see.
Well, that's not a mistake, that's the driving line.
Yeah, that is a very interesting driving line by Suomi. I've never seen a proper driver's racing line, someone as fast as Suomi, go through a wall.
I mean, if it helps.
If it helps, yeah. And it
I don't
certainly
think
seems
so.
to be helping here. Well, it's not hurting him, put it like that, because he's in 3rd right now.
Yeah, by the looks of it, I think Puff Pirate is really damaged at the moment.
I wouldn't be surprised. That was a fair old hit. The last lap to give perspective on how much that incident through the S's hurt them. Puff Pirate's last lap was a 1 minute 15.6.
And it looks like he's retiring.
Really? Puff Pirate?
He's still driving for me.
Yeah, he's all good for me.
Okay, never
I
mind.
think that might be a camera issue.
Yeah, it is. All the cars just suddenly stopped for on my view.
Yeah.
Oh, just everyone is retiring. The end.
They're just like, let's just call it Cluck wins.
Yeah. He deserves a win. And he really does, though. He's, I'm sure Cluck will be chuffed.
Yeah.
Well, I say that here for... The race isn't over yet, so I won't jinx him just yet.
I don't think it make up like everything what happened to Cluck in this season. But it's at least a little present, a little gift in the end of the season to take.
But now Cluck is on his final lap.
Indeed.
Just one more lap to go, and he'll be the winner of this race.
Yep, he's just going to take it easy. He's probably going to have a massive grin on his face. Because he's got a fair old gap to P2. P2 is just coming up to breaking the 1st corner now. And Cluck is just coming out of the S's. So he's got a fair old gap. And he really does deserve this win. He's had the pace all season. He's just had so much bad luck.
Bad Cluck.
Bad Cluck. Bad luck, Cluck.
So now I'm on the position on Cluck. It's the last time. He's approaching the 2nd last corner, the name I don't know. Yeah, just take it easy, Cluck now. 3rd gear, accelerating, braking.
Yep. No harsh
right
movements.
turn.
Keep it nice and smooth. Don't hit that wall. Good man.
And that's it.
There we
And
go.
Cluck crosses the line to win round 6 of the RSR International Cup at Watkins Glen Short.
Amazing run by Cluck. The consistency was just what he really needed to be able to take the win.
And Suomi just crossed the finish line as P3 directly behind, in front of Salmon. I wonder where Puff Pirate is. Yeah.
Puff Pirate's listed 7th, but it's because of all the lapping stuff going on.
Just flashing his lights. He gave everything. Was a really good decision on the pit stop. But in the end, I think the crash ruined him, the race.
Yep.
Unfortunately, too much damage.
Yep.
I think you cursed him because you went for Suomi instead of going for Puff. But if it would have been,
I just want to be fair. I just
If we
wanted
were
to be
unanimous,
fair.
yeah.
we would have gave him the lucky charm that he would have needed to win the race. But good job by Suomi. A very hard battle between Project PD, Suomi, Salmon, Puff Barat. Great way to end the season. And congrats to Suomi for the championship.
Indeed. So, just looking at the standings here on my other monitor, it does look like I think Potato John might actually be moving up a couple of places as well. But the obvious ones are that Suomi has won the cup. So, good job to him.
Wow. I'm actually pretty surprised of the last race. That was really a lot of fun to watch, guys.
There was a lot of stuff happening in that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And hopefully this time saved on Twitch and on YouTube. Not as the last time.
Well, I mean, I only saw it on your Twitch. I didn't see on your YouTube going.
No, I hope I did everything correctly. I'm streaming to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time.
Did you check that you were streaming to YouTube?
No?
Yeah, because I don't see it here on the
You're
website.
not currently streaming.
Only your Twitch.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
we will figure that out.
Yeah.
That should be
All good.
I definitely ticked the box that the video will be archived. So we have it. I can download it.
There you
We
go.
have it.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, I think we have to wait another 100 seconds that I get the screens of the results.
Mm.
I'm really exhausted. I would just drove the race. But it was actually a lot of fun. I don't miss Tony. Tony can stay away. We're just a new,
Wow, you're nice.
we're just a new trio here. No, I hope at least
You
Tony...
shoulda- Yeah. We should have made a little homage to him and started how he starts his streams.
I don't even know. I mean, he didn't
Good
stream a lot.
morning, racing fans, and something like that. That's how he does it.
And others, hello, blah 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 blah.
Hello, racing fans
Exactly.
and fellow subscribers. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh man, yeah. Sorry, my introduction was a little bit boring.
Nah, it's fine. You did good.
Oh, is it
Oh, I
like
see.
is it like hello subscribers
Yeah, it's hello, fellow subscribers and racing
and
enthusiasts.
other racing fans? Yeah.
Yeah, and other racing fans.
Yeah, exactly
there
like
you
that. Well, 10 seconds to go. I hope we see the results screen. Otherwise,
go. I grabbed the
the
best
fastest
laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fastest lap pictures already.
So did that remain with Project PD?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a 109.883 and
Cool.
Suomi with a 109.918.
Yes.
The only two to dip under the 110 zeros.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I don't see the results, so I think I have to just leave the lobby. I hope at least someone did the screenshots. Let's leave it here. All right. So, what do you guys think? Who should we pull in first?
We get Puff.
You bet after I scream at him. No, I won't scream at him.
It'd be
Like,
funny if you did.
You let me down. You're fired.
Who do you
Alright,
reckon, Manu? Manu. All right, I'll go next to Amy, shall I?
Yeah, it looks like we won't get the official. Well, I got the best lap, so that should be good enough.
We sort that out later.
Hello, and I bring Suomi. Anyone?
He's quiet. No, he's like, I just won the championship. Whatever. Give me the next season. Suomi, man, congratulations. Well done, mate. You're the winner of the first season of the RSR International Cup. How does it feel?
Don't know how to explain it. Can't speak very well.
Just walk us through.
I'm very happy.
Walk us through the race, like from the beginning, and seems like you were having a little bit of trouble on that.
Yeah, as we went to start, I got on the throttle too late, which then I was a bit nervous. I broke a bit early onto the first corner, so then I got sandwiched, going back to fourth, I think. My aim was obviously to try and be in front of Puffy, and I don't know what lap it was, but I come to the bus stop and I locked up the brakes and went off the track and lost a good 4 or 5 seconds in a couple of 3 positions. And at that point, I thought it was over.
Yeah, we thought as well.
I kept my head down anyway, and then I ended up catching back up because I think they were battling with a couple of 3 of them. I think there was Project, Puffy, and Alex was there. Close proximity, and I was right with them, and then they dived into the pit, and I stayed out for another few laps. I come back out, and I seem to be another, I don't know, lost about 0.8 to us or to a second, something like that anyway. So I catch that back up, and then the battle of the century began.
That was really awesome to watch.
I don't know if you caught him in the stream, but I did 2 ridiculous moves. I don't know how I did it. I don't know why I did it. I fended off Project as he was on my inside after the bus stop, coming around the long right. Fended him off around the outside of the right-hander, all the way around it, and fended him off out the corner. And I passed Puffy around the outside on the penultimate corner.
I'm pretty sure we captured everything because the whole race we were literally on you or on Puff Pirate.
Okay.
That was that was a brilliant race from you guys. The crash, I don't know what happened there. I think
it's just a case of we locked. Our tyres clipped each other as he was on the outside. I gave him some room, but we got too close. I think it was his back left tyre, my front right. They just locked and we were glued together, and you just can't get off each other with that, whatever you do. So I just shifted down a few gears and tried to stop the car. But I was sideways and he was in me, and luckily I don't think we got too much damage though.
Yeah, he had a lot more damage. His lap times were really bad in the end. So that was kind of the deciding point.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but it was just hilarious to watch you guys. The complete fight, the 4-man fight with Salman and PD, and then you were all of a sudden behind them, and then you suddenly were in front of them all again. It was like constantly, what?
Yeah.
Was really good stuff.
I was back in front of Puffy, wasn't I, after that? And I don't know, I think, did Alex die with him? Or
Alex had some issues before. I think there was like a 5-second gap to you guys. I think he did a driving mistake.
Okay.
But yeah. Well, anyway, congratulations, Suomi.
Thank you.
You won the driver championship. And I do believe that Clark won also the team championship with his victory.
Really?
I'm pretty sure, actually. Britain was 2 points ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, congrats to Cluck as well for that amazing drive. It was very good.
Yeah, he will be next, actually, here.
Yeah.
To talk to him. All right, then. Thanks, Suomi. If it's possible, stick for another 5 minutes in TeamSpeak. and
Yeah, well, yeah.
then you can celebrate champagne and stuff like that after that. All right, mate. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
See ya. Alright, I'll nick Cluck, shall I?
Yeah, Clack and then Puff Pirate, I would say, and then
Okay.
call
Okay,
it.
Cluck.
I had really the feeling, Falcon. He was like, I just won the season. Come on, give me another one.
Yeah.
Awesome
Good job
guy.
by him.
Yeah, really entering RSR as a completely new guy and then winning the season 1 directly. That's really wow.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Hello.
I'm back with a Cluck.
Hello.
So this was a rare instance of good luck for you, Cluck.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, unbelievable. So, lost. Oh, I know what's going on. Right, yeah.
What?
It was, I've just realised, yeah. Yeah. It was actually a finish, for one thing.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah,
so, like, you've always had like lots of trouble in the past, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. You think?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, lots of problems. But not tonight. Tonight was my night.
Yep.
Fortunately.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can't believe when you entered the pits, like all 3 of us were literally just watching you and we were like, come on, Clark, the right tires, come on,
We
Clark.
really were.
And then we took the bus stop as an indicator. If you're hitting the bus stop, you have the right tires. And we were like, yes, Clark, yes.
I have never been so. The first thing I did when I got out of the pits was I checked my tyres. So I pulled up the telemetry. I was like, have I got the right tyres? Yes. Here we go. The race is mine. And I looked down, saw Puffy was like 7.5 seconds back, and I thought, that's fine. He's not going to gain 7.5 seconds unless I really mess up. But yeah, it was good. Last gasp qualifying as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Really bad traffic early on, and I was like, right. I didn't even change the fuel. I just went out of it. I've got 2 laps. I've got enough time to do the out lap and a flying lap, and that's it. So I crossed the line. I'm like, yeah, that'll do. I had a very, very, very big smile across my face.
Good.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was a brilliant night for you. Unfortunately, not maximum points because PD was a little bit quicker. He got the best.
Yeah.
He got the best lap.
Yeah. In the last.
With a, I don't know what it was actually. I think a 109.8 or something.
9.8, a high 9.8. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked. Yeah, quick lap.
But still, I know it doesn't make up everything what happened to you in the last couple of races, Clark. But I really hope that you're going to bed with a little smile tonight.
Finish the season on the high. Look, what's done in the other races is done. Can't change that. Tonight, I'm a winner. That's all that matters.
Indeed.
It was good. It was really, really good championship. When aside from all the pit stop problems I had, it was absolutely just. I loved the car. I know lots of people didn't, but it was a lot of fun. So thank you guys. And yeah, seeing the commentary and your stuff afterwards has been really good. Done a great job as well.
I hope it does safe this time, but I'm really confident.
Yeah, the earlier ones, it was really good. You've done everybody proud as well. So well done to you guys.
I think the last one will be the best one. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yep. Cool.
Well, then thanks,
stuff.
Clack. Also
No
for
worries,
you,
thank you.
Stick for another couple minutes in TeamSpeak. We're just dragging in Puff Pirate. I hope he wants to talk.
Maybe.
Yep, we'll see.
After that, closing season 1. So many thanks, Clack.
No problem. Thank you guys.
Congrats
Right,
again.
Yep.
Have a good evening.
Cheers.
Yep.
Happy Clack.
Yeah, I'll go get Puff. And I'm back with a Puff Pirate.
Hi guys.
Wait,
Hey.
he's laughing and not crying?
Well, it's over. I'm over with it.
Oh man, Puff Pirate. I mean, we were really shocked when we saw you on P6 in qualifying. We were like, no, that's like the nightmare of each driver, or of every driver. You're starting in row 3 when your rival is starting on P1. You saved that. That was really good. Then in the race, you made the right decision with the pit stop and came in front of all the other guys.
Yeah.
right decision. Really, yes, you got that. And then this unfortunate touch, which ruined everything. What happened there exactly?
Well, yeah, the undercut worked out pretty nicely, and like the beginning of the race was really working for me. I think Sumi made a mistake in the chicane once and lost it there, lost a few places, but I had to finish at least 2 positions ahead of him, so I was just keeping my head down and trying to keep Project PD behind me, and then suddenly I saw Sumi's name behind me. I was like, okay, I go Hamilton on him.
That's exactly the example I did on the stream.
Because it would have been wouldn't have given me anything if I've just finished 1 place ahead of him. So I tried to push him a bit back into the other guys, but it didn't work out. And as Hamilton, I got the short stick. So I mean, he definitely deserved it. So he fought his way back up after the mistake and from all the places back. So he was a really good opponent throughout the season. It was very, very enjoyable. So yeah, I'm a bit sad that it didn't work out, but in the end, I would have needed too much luck to do it here.
Yeah, but still a second place. I know it's a bad excuse to say at least P2. But it was so much fun to watch you guys through the races. The battles were incredible. And especially now in Watkins, I really, really hope, I'm saying it like I think the 3rd or 4th time, I hope the broadcast is safe, because that was so phenomenal. The racecraft with you and PD and Alex Selman and Suomi, that the 4-way battle for P2, that was just amazing. That was just so nice to watch.
It was really intense.
It was brilliant, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was really good. I tried to go into this race like you have nothing to lose, and then in the middle of the race I was ahead of him and a few places ahead of him, and I don't think about the championship, just drive on. And yeah, didn't work out, but congrats to him, and congrats to Clark to finally getting his race victory.
I think he's the real winner tonight, huh?
Yeah, this is so well deserved for him after all those problems.
Definitely. Well, Puff Pirate, I hope we see you in season 2, if there is a season 2. I think there will be a season 2, but I heard rumors with a different car. But I think more information will be released a couple weeks. But yeah, many thanks. It was awesome to watch you fight with Somi. It was a really exciting championship. And I think next time Falcon and myself will join this battle as well.
Awesome.
Oh, what do you think, Falcon?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. We'll have to wait and see.
Interesting. Gonna rock this show.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to you guys. I watched every stream after the races were finished, and you did an awesome job. I know you've done this the first time, and it's really good to watch. So thank you for that.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. I'm really not good into this ending things. I mean, the introduction was okay, the race thingy was everything okay, but the end is always a little bit,
All right, well,
we need
Puff,
to practice on that.
thanks for talking to us, and congratulations on your second place in the championship.
Yes,
Shall I move you downstairs?
Yes, please.
Cool. See ya.
See ya.
Right, that's one part done.
Yeah, and the other part, I guess a short goodbye is a nice goodbye. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I don't even know how many viewers we had, but I hope every viewer enjoyed the race. And yeah, also many thanks to Hops for stepping in after the second. Was it the second race or the third race?
Yeah, second race, yeah.
After the second race,
I remember when he came in, yeah.
Stepping in, helping me and Tony, because Tony can't be that reliable at the moment because he has so much other stuff to do. Also, many thanks to Falcon for helping out tonight.
You're welcome.
And should I thank myself? No.
Well, we thank you, man.
Yay! Yep. No, it was really awesome, guys. First time commentating, I guess. Commentating for you the first time as well.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm commentating season 2, but yeah, we will see. Anyway, good night, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in a couple weeks.
Yep, see ya.
Bye bye.